Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alexander Nadim. Before anyone asks, yes, I did steal this wife beater from Nero. No, I did not give him money for it. I just came back from the gym. Before we get started, I hope you guys are having a good week. I'm gonna give you guys a quick update. I got some cool things coming out, some cool projects, some cool things I'm working on the side. Should be releasing very, very soon. I don't believe in time, so it's gonna be coming out right now. Other than that, life is good. Life is perfect. I'm healthy. My family is doing good. I hope you guys are having a good week. Hope you guys are being productive and you guys are staying within the right side of the brain and not the left. So the purpose of this video is I want to talk about why your ego is stopping you from manifesting your desires. And again, I don't want you to think of it like you are to blame. It's the truth of the matter is there have been pendulums or paradigms that have been in place in society before you and I were even born. And these pendulums or paradigms were in place to keep you in certain boxes. And when you start awakening, when you start opening your mind to bigger concepts, you have to kind of break open those pendulums or those paradigms to kind of break free and think and believe on your own. And it takes mental fortitude. It takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot of self-belief. It takes a lot of self-worth. And a lot of us, we don't find that belief, self-love, and worth in ourselves instantaneously. It does take effort, right? I'm not going to say time because I don't believe time is real, but it does take effort. And all I want to do is put it in your awareness, right? That the reason why your manifestations are taking a while is because you need to strengthen your faith in this world. Because truthfully and rightfully so, if our experience on this planet is limited, right? Because we conceptualize time in our awareness, then what is reality if not a test for our human experience? And what would it be a test about? Faith. And you have to understand that your manifestations can't just come to you instantaneously if you do not have the faith of a mustard seed, because then the mountain won't move. So all you have to do is give into faith. And so we'll talk about this in this video. So first thing that you need to understand is, what is the ego and why is the ego stopping my manifestations? So the ego is everything you experience in your current identity of self. And remember, your identity is your I am, your awareness, your consciousness. Your I am is the right side of the brain, the right hand of God, your subconscious mind. So it is everything you experience in your current identity of self. That is what the ego is everything you experience in your reality in the third dimensional realm. More importantly, the esoteric understanding of ego is anything that confines you to the third dimensional realm, which is your sight, your touch, your taste, your smell, and your hearing, right? So what you have to form your basis around the human ego is that it is based on what confines us to the reality that we see in the third dimensional realm, right? It's our eyesight, because we see things in the third dimensional realm. It's our smell, it's our taste, it's our hearing, right? And did I miss anything? And it's our touch, right? And it's our touch. These confine us to the third dimensional realm. And so this is where 98% of the world define their human experience, within the third dimensional realm where we experience reality. They are not able to trust in a higher power because they are tied to the third dimensional realm, right? Because if you base everything that you need to believe in what is in reality, then you're completely living and basing your trust on the reality that you are experiencing in the third dimensional realm. And understand this, right? That within this realm, right, that we call reality, in our eyesight, we can only see less than 1% of visible light. It's more so 0.0035% in an accurate number. So you're basing your reality based on less than 1% of it that you can actually see with your eyes. And so there's 99% of reality that you're not seeing. And if you're putting your trust in that 1%, that less than 1%, then you're letting go of that 99% that you could utilize. And so understand that the human ego, right, the paradigms and the pendulums that were in place want you to be confined into that box where you base your entire reality on only what you can see, touch, smell, taste, and hear. It doesn't want you to think out the box. It doesn't want you to believe out the box. It doesn't want you to trust yourself. It doesn't want you to be extraordinary. It doesn't want you to be unique. It doesn't want you to be yourself. It wants you to conform. It wants you to be like everybody else. It wants you to stay in the box. It wants you to use the left side of the brain. It wants you to stay human, right? But it says in Psalm 82:6, don't you know that you are God's and you are sons of the Most High, but you will die like men. So Romans 8:9, you, however, are not in the realm of spirit, right? Because you're a human. You're a human you're a spirit having a human experience. You, however, are not in the realm of spirit, if indeed the Spirit of God lives in you. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? So both verses, right? Romans 8:9, you, however, are not in the realm of spirit, if indeed the Spirit of God lives within you. 1 Corinthians 3:16, don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? Now, the reason why I bring those two quotes from Scripture is because I want you to understand that with a human ego that wants to confine you in the third dimensional realm, wants to keep you in this realm, remember that the earthly plane, the third dimensional realm is Satan's playground. Satan was casted from heaven, and earth is the playground, right? He was casted away from the kingdom of heaven, which is within us, our consciousness, our awareness. And so the earthly plane that we're experiencing, the 1% of reality, that is the devil's playground. And so the ego, right, the human ego, the humanistic human ego, right, wants you to be tied in this realm, wants you to base your entire reality based on what you can see and touch and smell and taste and hear. It doesn't want you to think in a higher power. It doesn't want you to believe in a higher power. It even says in Scripture that God will be exalted amongst the nations, will be stripped away from the nations. And this is how it has happened. It's created from pendulums and paradigms that were put in place before you and I were even born. And so the world is against you believing in yourself. The world is against you living for yourself. The world is against you not conforming, right? And so you need to understand that if you base your reality, if you base your world only on what you can see in your third dimensional realm, then you are not using the right side of your brain, the imaginative, the creative side. You are not putting your faith in God. You're not letting go and letting God. You're not letting that 99% of reality that you can't see work for you. You're allowing that 1% of reality that you can only experience with your eyes, your human ego, right? Which you're tied to in this human body to work for you. But you have to remember, right, that you are not in the realm of spirit because you are in a human body, but you are a spirit having a human experience because the Spirit of God lives within you. So now the question is, right, why can't you manifest your desires? Why can't you actualize your desires? Why can't you bring your desires to you? I'll explain. Why you cannot align with your desires? Question mark. You do not believe you deserve it. You do not have an identity that believes you actually deserve your desire. For whatever reason, you tell yourself a story in your brain based on the past, right? That you do not actually believe you deserve the thing that you actually want. Now, if that sounds like you, why do you believe that way? Why do you believe you don't deserve it? Why do you believe that you're not worthy of it? Why do you believe that it's not for you? I want to tell you a secret. Whatever you desire, desires you back. And so the question again is, why do you not believe you deserve it? And I'm not going to give you the answer. I'm asking you the question so you can dig deep within yourself and find the answer. Because the manifestation that I teach, The reality creation that I teach, it's not just me holding your hand or running outside and telling you that I ran and did a quantum visualization run. I hope you guys know who I'm talking about, by the way. That guy's funny. It's not just me running outside and saying, yeah, I manifested for you, so you're going to get your desire. It's coming, right? The manifestation I teach is you understanding that you are creating your reality based on your perception of it, based on your awareness of it, based on your identity in this realm. And so I don't want to just give you the answer. I want you to find the answer for yourself. So you're not manifesting your desire. Let's get to the bottom of it. Hopefully these questions will bring something in your awareness to really dive deep. So the question is, why do you not believe you deserve it? Right? The second question. You feel like you need the third dimensional realm to validate you. Why do you feel like you need to be validated by the third dimensional realm? This one I can't answer because we did talk about it in the beginning of the video. It's the ego. Right? It's your ego. It's all you've experienced in reality is that you have to be validated by your third dimensional realm. You have to be validated by what you see. You have to be validated by what you hear. You have to be validated by what you touch. You have to see it to believe it, right? Just like Santa Claus. Because you didn't see him, you didn't believe him, right? And these are paradigms that we slowly learn in reality that unless you actually see it with your eyes, it's not real, right? That's what we've been taught. And so you need the third dimensional realm to validate you. But at this point in time, when you realize that reality is bigger than what you've experienced, that there's more to the world than what you've actually experienced, why do you need to be validated by the 1% of reality that you can actually see with your eyes? Why do you not trust that 99% of reality that you don't see? Where's your faith, right? What are you afraid of? The third question. You do not have an identity that can attract it. Right? Why are you not actualizing your desire? You do not have an identity currently where you can actually attract that desire. And the question for that is, how are you thinking all day? How are you believing all day? How are you acting all day? How are you talking all day? Are you trying to manifest something and then trying to check every hour? Snooping on someone's Instagram, TikTok, constantly looking back at old messages, constantly reliving the past in your mind? Is that faith? Or is that just diving into your human ego? Are you expecting reality to change without you changing on the inside first? Because understand, it's as within, so without. It's not outside and then within. It's manifested internally and then expressed externally, right? What is that verse? It's 12:2, Revelations 12:2, or Romans 12:2. It says, do not conform to this world, but be renewed by the transformation of your mind. So do not conform to the third dimensional realm, but be transformed by the renewal of your awareness, of your perception, of your perspective, of your consciousness. Raise your frequency, raise your perspective, raise your awareness. Trust in a higher power. Trust in yourself. Trust in the fact that you are here for a reason. And don't be afraid to trust in faith, because rightfully so, that's all we have is faith. And so the last thing you need to understand about why you're not aligning with your desire is that you need to understand that if you need your desire, you're repelling it away from you. The moment you need something, that I need to get that money, or I need this person, or I need that job, now you're repelling it, because neediness is a repellent. Neediness is a repellent energy. Think of any time you needed something and you repelled it. Or think about any time someone needed you and it turned you off. Neediness is not attractive from any standpoint. Whether it's humanistic or universal, neediness is not attractive. Neediness is not sensual. It doesn't draw anyone in. Not caring attracts. Not needing attracts. Not caring attracts. And so think about that in your awareness. How am I acting 24/7? How am I believing 24/7? How am I viewing my reality 24/7? Are you operating on needing, or are you operating on not caring? And it's not caring because you don't think it's coming. It's not caring because you realize you have it already. It's already yours. And so understand that the truest definition of manifestation is you not changing because you realize that you have it already. You are vibrationally aligned to your desire to the point of no longer needing it because you realize that you have it already. And so now this is where I come in, right? This is where the 2% business comes in, where we shift identities of entrepreneurs, and we also work with our individuals as well to help shift mindsets. Is how do you shift your identity? What can I do to shift my identity to actualize my desire? Good question. Ask yourself why you cannot give into faith. What are you afraid of? Ask yourself why you cannot give into faith. What are you afraid of? I cannot tell you how many times I've been tested on my journey. I can't. And I can't tell you how many times that you're going to be tested on your journey. But understand, right, that if we're here for a limited amount of time, then this life that we experience is the test. And this is how you show God how much faith you have. This is how you show the universe how much faith you have. This is how you show yourself how much conviction and faith that you have. You should look at every test in reality. Every time something doesn't go your way, you should smile because you know that this is your moment to shine, that your moment to show reality, that this is who I am. This is what I believe in. And I don't care what you're showing me. This is what I believe in my mind, and nothing else matters to me. And everyone else can think that you're delusional, but once it actualizes in reality, you're not delusional anymore. And then everyone else is going to look at you like, wow, he or she actually did it. And so it's always good to believe in yourself. Because remember, the paradigms that have been put into place do not want people to be more than what they think that they're worth. And it's your responsibility, if you understand this information, if this information finds you, that you need to think further. You need to think out the box. You need to believe in something bigger than what you can see. You can't rely on the ego to actualize your desire. It's not going to happen that way. And so I want to leave you guys with a quote, something for you to ponder on, as you guys go on your day, and as you guys, hopefully you guys watch the video start to finish, and I want to leave you guys in with some perspective. And so this one comes from scripture, Matthew 17:20. And it says, if you have faith of a mustard seed, then you can move a mountain. If you guys want to work with me, I'll have my store link below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.